Good morning. My name is Jeremy Pierce, Operations Section Chief for CAL FIRE Incident Management Team 3. This is your line fire update for September 16th. Starting on the west side here, we're in a patrol status. We have no smokes, no heat on the IR. We'll have a handful of resources over there to patrol it and make sure that it stays in its footprint. But we have very high confidence that that fire has no more western progression on that side of the fire. Moving up around the top in the Running Springs area, all up in the Running Springs. It's all been repopulated. We've had a couple of hot spots and one little flare up yesterday. Crews were right on it. We have about 500 to 600 firefighters in that area that will continue mop up, putting in hose lays. They'll be backhauling trash, and they'll be continuing to improve the line in this 500-acre, right in that midsection, 500-acre island. So we almost got that completed. They've got cut about 3/4 of the way around that. There's about 2 or 3 areas in that area that is very difficult extreme terrain, and they're hot spotting it, meaning they're just taking care of the spots that are hot. They'll continue with that process and continue mopping up in the Running Springs area. As you move into this section here, this big V, crews have cut most of that out. There was some heat in the very bottom that they took care of yesterday, and it's really showing no heat, no hot spots on the IR flight. As you move around the top here, or on the Keller Peak area, on the backside of the Keller Peak, crews have mopped that up 300 feet. They'll continue that process, and all the spot fires there have line around them and are looking good. As you move farther over into the Bear Creek area, which is in this section up in here, that's been our Achilles heel. It's extreme terrain. We have no ability to get firefighters down in there, so we're monitoring it. But on the top side of both sides of the drainage, both east and west, we've put in line, contingency line. We've used masticators as well as dozers and hand line. So crews are continuing that process to improve that line. But as that fire comes up out of the drainage, it's very easy for our crews, because of those lines, to take care of them and extinguish any spot fires or any slop overs on that. On the opposite side of this drainage, up in the Bear Creek drainage, there's the Siberia drainage. That has been our hot spot for the last 3 days now. On the Clark's Grade, which is on the very far northeast of this fire, just below Big Bear, that has challenged our line every day for 3 days. But the use of the helicopter and the cruiser in there, they've been able to hold it. It's been quite a firefight for those 3 days. We expect to have that same type of a firefight today, but we also expect to have the same type of outcome, which is crews pick up the slop overs or any spot fires. They're ringing them with dozers, ringing them with handline, and the use of our aircraft, both night and daytime operations, has really held that in its footprint in our line and on our line. So right now we don't expect any more eastern or northeast progression in that area, but it will be a very tentative situation today with our winds. Although we have some moisture down low up on the top, we aren't quite seeing that same moisture. As we move down from that Clark's Grade, which is that far piece up here, it reaches the Seven Pines Road, and that Seven Pines Road, crews are taking it all back. And on that backing side, it looks good. But right in the very inner piece of that, which is in the Santa Ana River drainage, the fire is backing down to that, and as that fire is backing down, it's also in that extreme terrain, and we're waiting for the fire to get to a point where we can take care of it in a safe manner and in a terrain that is conducive to firefight. Coming around the backside, all what we call, this is our Division Zulu area all the way down. Fire's looking good over there. 300 feet mop up will continue, and we're getting ready to put that into a patrol status all along the Angeles Oaks area on that side, and then coming along to back down to the dam. We're very close to getting some black line on that area. I would say another day or so, with a little bit of mop up, and we should have that taken care of. And then all in our Highland area, we're still on a patrol status, and we'll continue monitoring that and addressing any calls for service. Overall, problem spots are up in that Clark's Grade area, just below the Mesa Bluff area. We had some spot fires up in there yesterday. We'll continue to have those, but we've also picked them all up, and there will be a big presence up in those areas. So that is your line fire update for September 16th.